So here we are in the Bronx with the legend himself, Scene. What's up, buddy? What should I call you?
Huh?
What should I call you? Scene? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can call me whatever you like, you know.
Oh, stop. You grew up in the Bronx, I take it?
I grew up born and raised.
Were you ever in a gang or affiliated with a gang?
I mean, I remember the gangs that were out there. The Aliens, which were the Bronx Aliens here. Yeah, of course, they had different chapters. You had the Ministers, which had different chapters. You had the Black Spades, the Savage Skulls. And I used to hang around, you know?
Yeah?
And being a little guy, you know, they just took a liking to me at all. What impressed me was on the gangs, what were their jackets, you know? Usually it was denim jackets, cut sleeves.
Right.
They had like the back panel was always painted with their colors. I mean, it really caught my eye back then. And I remember one time I ran home one day and I tore apart one of my denim jackets my mom had bought me. I cut the sleeves off it. I painted the back of it. But I was young, you know. I had to be maybe maybe about 11 years old or something like that, God. You know. But gangs always, intrigued me somewhat. It just seemed so cool at the time, you know. But I always knew one thing though, that there's so much more involved than just a club itself. There's a lot of bullshit involved in it all, you know, so I always knew when it was time to walk away.
Sorry, don't mean to just admiring your beauty there.
It's the tattoo shop.
The complex.
Have this side here, and I had upstairs. I just let upstairs go because I didn't need the space.
Holy shit.
This was my monster truck, which I took it apart.
What?
And I didn't finish it. The black truck.
Holy shit.
It's apart right now. I have all new parts for it. The motor's out. I gotta redo it. But
this is your workspace.
Yes, workspace.
Wow.
Quick man finished that up last night.
What's this? A sculpture?
It's a relief piece that it's going to be. It's actually a structure of the letter S, but there's going to be these rebars will be coming through top and bottom with chunks of this still on it as if they were bent and twisted and turned. But like, see what you saw there? This is like the rough scale of, this is going to be a freestanding wall when I'm finished with it. When I take my letters, they're going to be mumbled and jumbled and tumbling all over, but this will be all dimensional. This is part of this piece I'm working on also too right now. I have to rewash the whole thing again so it's all the same and even. Over here I was doing the testing over here, but there's going to be like steel. This thing will come apart to be able to be moved around and brought places, but there'll be steel, a big chunk of steel with rivets on the bottom and the top, all twisted and bent too. And I'm going to have a bunch of, a lot of the rubble that busted apart will be like busted to the floors and whatnot. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, you know that the chain and ball, the wrecking ball?
Yeah.
I'm going to make a huge wrecking ball that is just slammed through the wall and all the pieces are still flying in motion and hitting the floor. But I want to use this piece for a series of works that I'm working on. I'm working on a project that I call Urban Development Beauty in the Bronx during the 1970s. So I want this to be the opening piece to the section. That's why it's the wrecking ball, because on the wrecking ball is going to be written Rebuilding the Bronx. This piece here, when it's done, it's actually going to, if you see, this is the base right here going around that you see on the wall, and then there's some brickwork there. There'll be the Wild Style S will be intertwining through, in and out as if it was built in the wall. You know, it's like part of the environment. Hopefully by this winter time, I want to start a series of 6 fully three-dimensional pieces. I'm going to do them out of fiberglass, and they're going to range anywhere from 3 feet in height to 8 feet in height. They're going to be the structure of the letter S. Everything from the simplest sleek looking S to the most wild style type of S that you can imagine. I'm going to do it the old way of fiberglassing by layering it on step by step and grinding, laying, grinding.
What kind of music do you listen to when you were...
Today, what I listen to, honestly, but right now, if you put on the station, everybody calls me an old man.
The oldies.
Okay, because I'm listening to the oldies.
Don K. Reed.
That's right, it's either 101, but also I listen to, the other station that I can listen to is only at 104.3,
Right,
which
classic
is that classic rock. I can't seem to go to anything newer than that.
You got tapes? Records, or just depend on the radio right now?
I'm depending on the radio at this stage of the game.
Wow, interesting.
The funny thing is I want to show you how primitive I am. I do not own any CDs. I do not own a CD player. Even movies, Rickster, right? Everything's coming out on this DVD thing. And I got my VHS tapes and
Beta?
No.
All right.
But I have a whole collection of movies, and you know what? I'd rather go out and buy 6 more VHS players to last me a lifetime. I mean, I don't own a beeper, I don't own a cell phone. I don't even have his phone in my house, okay? The only reason why you see computers in the shop there is because people like Quick, or if Ali you had just met, I used them. Oh, I tell you what killed me. What kills me is because of computers. I just cutting designs that I would like to silk screen, right? Everything was done by hand. Everything was done by hand. Used to cut the ruby red paper, the amber, with the knife and all. All of a sudden, I get to have to make a few designs, and people look at me like I'm crazy. You go to a printer, they want this stuff on a disc, this, that, the other thing, and it's like, and the whole shame of it is the look of the artwork is no more the same as if you hand did it. Okay, a lot of times, especially the way everything is printed now. So I'm a little disappointed in all of that at that point, and that's when I knew I needed people like Ali and everybody to be around me, because when stuff like has to get done on the computer, which
you need technical people, you need a good team.
Right, and that's how I deal with that. But as far as me myself, let me tell you, ever since they invented the wheel, I feel it's been downhill since then. All right, I'm a very simple guy.
Yeah, I hear you.
I like to stay simple, but...
You got cable TV?
Cable is the only thing I do have, because I have to have my TV land.
I hear you. Munsters at 9:30.
9:30,
I hear you.
Remember? Yeah. These were the first rap fakes coming off the press in color. Look. This was there's me and Ed with my shop.
Your Uncle Ed?
We had the silk screen shop. And this is when the rat was coming off the press.
Oh,
Before this, the rats were coming out. Before this, the rats were either on white t-shirts, black ink, or black t-shirts, white ink.
That's a Daddy Roth thing, right?
Yeah, here's that right here.
Shit. Where is that?
This was right here down the corner. I used to have a silk screen operation.
Isn't he from like San Francisco?
He's from over he was living last in on the West Coast, but I can't the town that he was in.
Couldn't take a better shot of the two?
This one kills me, because this was the first rats coming off, and the idiot who took the picture shook the camera. Absolutely.
Incredible.
I'm from the Bronx, and the Bronx, there was that period of time when the Bronx was just deteriorated to the point of where people thought there would be no return, And I just wanted to bring back a time of the what you call a mess. You know what I'm saying? But it's also a reminder of the time of a mess. Not to let things happen like that again. But I'm also trying to incorporate the work of graffiti into these pieces to show the beauty of graffiti within a deteriorated mess, you know what I'm saying? And that was a whole series, is what I called Urban Development, Beauty in the Bronx during the 1970s. There's going to be a bunch of pieces that is just going to show the mix of urban life and graffiti, with the graffiti mixed right into this.
When did you do this one?
This one here was done maybe about, this might be like 96, I think, this particular piece. So this one has got to be, about 6 years old right now. But most of the urban development series will probably be huge pieces. To me, it means a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's like a personal thing, but it's also something for people that can see and relate to also too. Which is important.